Hi, my name is Lindsay, and today I will be guiding you through a slow Vinyasa flow series inspired by the summer solstice. The summer season is governed by our pitta energy, which is comprised of the elements of fire and water. So today we're going to try to tap into the earth grounding elements through our practice to help pacify that summer heat in our bodies. Practice is for you, and you know your body best. So listen to your body, use props and modifications as you need for your practice. Let's begin on our backs and just beginning a little body scan moment. You can take your arms out to a T position, palms facing up. Take the feet about the distance of your mat and let the knees knock in so they're supported on one another. As you stay here, just take a big inhale in and hold at the top of the breath. And exhale, surrender into your mat. One more big inhale in and hold at the top. And exhale, let it go, surrender your body weight. Just mentally walk through the body, checking in for any unnecessary tension you might be feeling today. Checking in with the toes and the feet, the ankles, calves and shin bones. Check in with your knees, thighs, hips. Check in with your torso, your pelvis, your spine. Allow your belly and your chest to soften. Noticing your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, hands, and fingers. Allow the bones to be still for this moment. And checking in with your neck, your throat, observing for any excess tension. And seeing if you can soften the muscles of the face, the forehead, eyebrows, the space between the eyebrows and behind the back of the eyeballs, your jaw. And on your next breath, feel that full body energy from the bottoms of the feet out through the top of the head. And gently walk the feet hips distance. You can keep the palms facing up, or they can face down if that feels better, and just begin a slow windshield wipering action of the knees going side to side. So this is just for you to explore how your hips, your back, your thighs might feel today. And go ahead, hold on one side. Gently look away from the bent knees. And breathe here, feeling the energy from the base of the spine up through the top of the head, growing longer with each inhalation. And on the exhalation, let the spiral deepen. One more deep, full, mindful breath. And on the exhale, gently pull the core down to the mat. Let the legs fall to the other side. Gently take the gaze away from the knees and breathe here, inhaling from the bottom of the spine through the top of the head. And exhale, deepening into the spiral. One more mindful breath here. And on your exhale, gently pull the belly button down to the mat, engaging the core to bring the knees back to center. And give yourself a little hug, hugging the knees towards your chest. Rocking side to side as it feels good. Let's go ahead, extend the body long on your mat. Arms and legs away from one another and really feel a yawning stretch from the fingers to the toes and maybe feel an alternating reach from one side and then the other. Go ahead, take the right hand, hold on to the left wrist, and move your upper body towards the upper right corner of your mat. From here, you're going to walk the feet in the same direction, the lower right corner of your mat. Option to cross your left ankle over your right to deepen into the side body. And breathe here, inhaling and exhaling, opening. And staying here just for a few more breaths. And gently releasing, coming back through center. Centering the body, giving yourself a couple more reaches, seeing how the sides of the body might feel different now. The left hand takes a hold of the right wrist. The upper body goes up and over to the left upper corner of your mat. The legs walk over to the lower left corner of your mat. Option to cross that right ankle over your left to deepen the stretch on the outside of that right body. And breathe here, expanding. And exhaling, surrendering into the opening. Giving yourself a couple more moments here. Noticing where you're feeling any stretch through the body. And noticing where the mind goes as you feel any intensity. On your next exhale, bring it back through center. Lazy roll, bend one knee and roll yourself over onto your belly. From here, take the legs about distance of the mat. You can point through the tops of the feet and then pull yourself up onto the forearms. Just taking a Sphinx pose here. I want you to imagine that your palms are dragging the floor back towards your hips. So it's an active action through that upper back. We're trying to spread the heart open. You can feel the glute muscles engage, and the tops of the feet, tops of the legs pressing down into the floor. So it's a gentle engagement to help open the heart center. As you stay here, just notice where you're feeling any opening, any stretching. Breathing and sending breath to expand the stretch even more. And on your next exhale, press into the hands. Walk yourself back into a child's pose, letting the knees go wide, the feet go together, and gently walk the hands out in front and breathe here. Inhaling. Exhaling, softening the front of the hips. Stay here a little longer and go ahead and walk your hands over to the right diagonal of your mat. Maybe the left hand walks on top of the right hand to deepen through that side body opening. And breathe there. Inhaling and exhaling. Gently walking the hands through center. Walk the hands over to the left diagonal. Maybe the right hand stacks on top of the left hand to deepen into that side body again. And breathe here. Noticing if you can send the breath into areas of tightness to expand the ribs and the side body open more. Walking yourself back to center. Let's go ahead, come back to your stomach one more time here. Option to do that Sphinx pose again on the forearms, or you can plant your hands right under the shoulders and begin a baby cobra, pressing up as high as feels comfortable today. And you might move through this like I'm demonstrating, just going up and down through the spine a few times, noticing where you're feeling stretch, tightness. If you've stayed in the Sphinx pose, option to stretch through the arms and hold there. And just see where you are, making sure to keep the glute muscles engaged in the tops of the legs, pressing down into the mat. And breathe wherever you are, moving or holding. And then go ahead, pressing into the hands, find yourself in a child's pose. This time, option to bring the knees all the way together to find a more compressed position. Staying here and breathing. You could keep the arms out in front or taking the palms together in a prayer position. Take the thumbs to the upper back and open into the triceps. Breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. On your next breath, find your way into an all fours position, and we'll begin a cat cow. Today we'll use the feet, flexing the feet, arching and looking up, expanding front of the body. And then on the exhale, point the feet, round the back, curve the spine. And just continuing this, letting your breath be your guide, and really finding any spots in the spine that don't have as much movement. See if you can spend a little bit more time articulating through those sticky areas and creating more length and more breath in the back of the body. You can continue going up and down, or if it feels good, you could circle the head and the hips. Whatever feels good in this moment. 2 more breaths, whatever you're doing. And then gently cross the legs and find yourself in a seated posture. Starting with either leg crossed in front, we will repeat this with both crosses. We'll begin by sweeping the arms up on the inhale, and on the exhale, bringing the hands through heart center through a prayer. 4 more times through that. Inhale up, and exhale, grounding into your mat. 3 more. Inhale, and exhale. Last 2. Reaching a little further, grounding a little deeper. And last 1, big inhale up, and exhale. Feeling yourself tall in your sits bones. Let's inhale the arms up 1 more time. And then go ahead, twist to the right side. Left hand goes to the right knee, right fingertips behind you. And inhale long through the spine. On the exhale, you can bend through the elbows and spiral through the back. Giving yourself 1 more breath in this twist. Inhaling back up through center. On the exhale, right hand to the left knee, left fingertips behind you, taking that spiral. Inhale tall through the back. And exhale, gentle twisting. Finding another breath, more space. Inhaling back to center the body. On the exhale, right hand to the mat. Left arm into a side bend, making sure that the sits bones stay down on the mat. It's tempting to let that rock off here. Feel the energy rooted into the mat. And then the waterfall sensation of the torso up and over into this nice side bend. And breathe. Inhale through center. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Side bending up and over, noticing if there's more resistance on one side. On the other side, we're in a different area. Breathing and expanding. And go ahead and lift on up. Sit back in your hands. We're going to take the whole series 1 more time with the opposite cross of the legs, starting with the 5 breaths up and through prayer. Inhaling up and exhaling through your prayer. Inhale, growing taller. Exhale, crown of the head up, sits bones down. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it down. 2 more, collecting energy from the sky and pulling it to your center. Last one, inhale and exhale. One more of the arms going up. This time we're spiraling to the left to start. Right hand to the knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, spiraling. Continuing to find more length, more space. Inhaling, centering the body, arms up. Exhaling, left hand to the knee, right hand behind you. Inhale to elongate. Exhale to spiral. Inhaling, arms up, back to center. This time side bending to the left to begin. Left hand down, right arm up and over, grounding the hips into the mat. Breathe in and elongating. Inhale, bringing it up. Exhaling, side bending up and over to the right. Noticing if this has changed the second time through, there's more space or more mobility. Inhaling, bringing it back on up. Hands back through prayer. And make your way onto all fours. From here, we'll go ahead, tuck the toes, and find your first down dog of the day. Hips are high, and you can bend through the knees, one knee at a time, just paddling through the feet. Maybe blowing both heels up and down together. And then go ahead, settle in with the heels reaching for the mat. The palms open wide, shoulders sliding down the back, tailbone lifting high, and a gentle tuck of the chin to look at your thighs. Inhaling, exhaling, hands and feet down, hips up. One more time through that. And exhale. Go ahead, bend the knees. Walk the hands and the feet together. Reach for opposite elbows, and we'll take a little ragdoll position here, allowing the torso to open into gravity. Maybe the knees stay bent. Maybe the legs stretch if you're ready to open the hamstrings more. And go ahead, everyone soften the knees and we'll roll all the way up to standing. We'll go ahead and repeat some of the seated arm actions we did. We'll do one round of the arms breathing up and through prayer, and we'll take some twists here. We'll start with the feet about hips distance here. Toes right in front of the heels. Inhaling, sweeping arms up, maybe gaze up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, sweeping taller. Exhale, pulling the energy through your midline. 3 more. Inhale, sweeping. Exhaling, pulling. Last 2, growing taller. And on this last sweep up, maybe option to cover the heels off the floor. And then the exhale, ground it back down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Sweep that right arm back into an open twist. The hips will want to go with this. Let's try to keep the hips to the front of the mat. And then inhale, sweep up. Exhale, left arm to the back. And exhale, bring it up one more time, each direction. Right arm goes down and back this time. And then down up. Left arm down to reach back. And lift it back up. Let's bring your hands into steeple position. So just clasp hands with the pointer fingers together. Big toes touching for this. Standing banana asana. We'll go up and go over into the right side. Option to cross your left foot over your right and breathe and expand here. Inhale and exhale. One more breath on this side. Bringing the feet back to center, bringing the hands back down. I want you to uncross the fingers wherever they were crossed and recross them the other direction. Taking that back up overhead. Go up and over to the left-hand side. Maybe the right foot steps across, finding banana asana. Second side here, breathing. And exhaling, reaching. One more breath there. Centering your body. Feet underneath the hips. Open those arms into a cactus position. And then lift. Let's find ourselves at the front of the mat for some moon salutations. These will go down to the mat. Inhale, sweeping up overhead. Exhale through prayer to a forward fold. Legs can be straight or softly bent. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Take a big step back with that left foot. Rock the knee gently to the mat. Option to always place a yoga blanket underneath that knee if you've got sensitive knee joints here. Inhale, let's sweep those arms up and find your low lunge. Engaging the core, so we're creating more space between the torso, and the pelvis, and the legs. So we're creating lots of space here, squeezing the hips forward and down, so lots of weight into the front foot, specifically the first two toes. Maybe take a little arch here, and then go ahead, set it back halfway to a half split. Option to grab one or two blocks on either side here if you need. Squared off hips, the knee can be totally straight, or you can have a little bend here. Just continue to lengthen through the spine, and on the exhale, we'll hold into the hamstring stretch. Breathe here. Bending your front knee. Sweeping arms up to a little arch one more time here, lifting through the heart. And exhale, hands down, feet step forward. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, diving down, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, right foot steps back. Drop the right knee gently to the mat. And then inhale the torso up. Taking a moment here to really feel the hips square, the navel pulling to the spine, the shoulders level. Weight into that front foot, specifically those first two toes to help you balance. Breathing here, inhaling, exhaling. Maybe lifting the heart. And then go ahead, straighten that front leg, flex the front foot into your half split. Again, always option to use blocks for this. Option to bend the knee if needed. Just try to keep the spine elongating wherever you are. On your breath, allow your torso to deepen if it is available. And breathe here. Go ahead, bend the front knee. Weight into the front foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Little arch back. And then plant the hands. Step the back foot to meet the front. Let's repeat. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, diving down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, left foot steps back. Drop the knee down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Taking a nice lift through the heart. And then on the exhale, finding that half split here. Lengthening and breathing here. A little shorter hold. Go ahead, bend the front knee, put weight into the front foot. I'm going to give you some options here. First option, just bring the hands up on the thigh and press the weight forward. You could stay right here. If you want to deepen the heart opener, you can clasp the hands behind the hips, pull the knuckles back, lift your heart high. Breathe here. Gently release from where you are and take the hands to the inside of the arch, using blocks as you need. Widen the front foot into more of a lizard-like position so the foot can be slightly turned out. Option to stay here, maybe go to the forearms, maybe reach back with the right hand and find a quad stretch. You could be down on that front forearm in that option as well. And just breathe where you are, inhaling and exhaling. Gently release from wherever you are. Plant the hands. Parallel that front foot. Step forward. And inhale, sweep up to standing. Exhale, diving down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, right foot steps back. Drop that knee to the mat. Inhale, sweeping arms up by the ears. Little arch through the torso. And exhale, sitting back into that half split. Holding wherever you are, with or without props. And breathe. Go ahead, bend that front knee. Put your weight into the front foot. Again, same options here. You can option to just walk the hands up on the thighs. Maybe use blocks if you prefer. Or clasp the hands behind the hips. Pull the knuckles back, lifting the heart. Slight back bend into that heart opening. Exhale, release the hands inside of the arch, using blocks as needed. Widen the front foot, taking the toes slightly turned out. Again, you might start here, stay here. You could go to your forearms or reach back with the left hand, pulling the toes in. Again, option to stay on that right forearm if you like. Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Slowing the body down, letting gravity take you deeper into the stretch. Gently releasing, planting the hands, parallel that front foot, pushing off the back foot, stepping forward and standing up. We're going into tree pose for the next posture. We'll keep the hands in prayer for tree today. So bringing the hands to heart center, shifting all the weight into the left foot. Go ahead, come up to the ball of that right foot and turn the knee open. You might stay here. You might bring it up to your ankle or your lower calf. If you want, you can bring it higher than that knee, using the hand as needed to place that leg. And just breathe here. We're going to keep the hands at heart center today. And just finding the sole of the foot, spreading out almost as if you are becoming a tree yourself. Rooting the toes wide, feeling the roots grow into the floor. And stay in prayer. Parallel that right leg and lift it up to a nice single leg Tadasana. From here, give it one more big breath, standing tall and proud, and then big step back. Roll the back heel down into your warrior one. Again, keeping the hands in prayer today. We're going to repeat the arm series that we did earlier, flowing through. We'll inhale, straighten the arms as the legs swell up. Exhale to prayer, bending forward. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling your legs grow longer. And feeling yourself ground deeper. Last two. And last one. Staying with that bent front knee, sweep the arms up by the ears. And just hold here for a moment. Feeling the feet spread out under the floor. The shoulders and the heart shining to the front of the mat. Continue with the upper body here. Lift that back heel and find your crescent lunge. Reaching tall. Sweeping that left arm back. You're in an open twist here. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, expand and deepen. Inhale, maybe you take a little side bend, left fingertips reaching towards that back leg. And then on the exhale, right hand goes to the mat or to a block for a revolved low lunge. Finding that spiral. Finding the front foot flat on the floor, back heel lifted, back knee really supported, long and straight. Breathe here. On your next exhale, hands plant to the front of the mat, step forward, and roll up to standing. We'll repeat that on the other side, bringing hands to prayer, finding tree with the left leg up, shifting weight into the right foot. Left heel comes off. Let the left knee open. Again, you could bring it to a lower leg. You can pull it all the way up to your upper thigh. I just want to avoid any pressure on that knee joint. So lower or upper thigh work, lower leg or upper thigh. Keeping hands in prayer today. Again, noticing the qualities of a tree here. We're literally feeling ourselves, all the subtle movements, making yourself supple with the wind, but rooted into the floor. Continuing another breath in your tree. And then go ahead, parallel that leg, finding your single leg Tadasana. Staying here tall and proud. One more breath. And then exhale, step back, roll the back heel down, keeping hands in prayer to begin here. Starting our flow series. Inhale, arms sweep up, legs straight. And then exhale, bend forward. Inhale, sweeping, straightening, and reaching. Exhaling, grounding and rooting. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Press into the floor. And exhale. Last one. Staying here. From here, keeping the front knee right over the ankle. Sweep those arms up by the ears. Feel the shoulders and the heart shine to the front of the mat. Give yourself one more breath in this warrior one. And then readjust. Lift that back heel. Find crescent lunge. Maybe deepen the stance. Sweep that right arm into an open twist. Getting deeper. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe we take that side bend, reaching fingertips towards that back leg. And then exhale, hand to the floor or to a block. You can widen this stance, reaching that right arm to the sky and spiraling the heart open. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. On your next exhale, stepping the hands to the front of the mat, push forward, come on up to stand. Give yourself a little shake out from that. And we'll do one more standing series here. From here, we'll go ahead, inhale, arms up, exhale, stepping back, right foot into your warrior two posture. Front knee over the ankle, fingertips reaching wide. Breathe here and lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, feeling the ribs stacked over the hips, making sure the hips are nice and level here. Shoulders are level and arms are really parallel with the floor. We'll go ahead, root to rise, press that front foot down, send the hips back, take your ribs forward, and tip into your triangle pose. From here, you can have your hand on your leg, fingertips to the outside of the foot on the floor, or utilize a block here. Wherever you are, feel yourself elongate in all directions. Maybe you're looking towards that top hand. Go ahead, take the top hand to your hip, bend your front knee. If you've got the block, you're moving the block forward with you, pushing off and finding your half moon. From here, you could continue with the top hand on the hip, maybe reach the hand to the sky, maybe change the focus and look all the way up. Take a big step back and find a little bit more gracefully than I did, a big step into your wide-legged lunge, toes to the side of the mat. We'll go ahead, take the hands to the hips and hinge forward, top of the head, reaching away from the tail, and then going all the way down. Legs can stay straight or they can be bent here, and just breathe. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And then to get to the other side, we're going to turn the right toes to the short side of the mat. Left toes can turn in slightly, bend your right knee, and inhale the body up. You're in warrior two. Second side, readjust. Find the widening through the body. Feet planted, arms reaching, breathing, giving yourself one more big breath here. Pressing feet into floor, root to rise. Send the hips back, the ribs forward, tip into your triangle pose, second side. Now you might notice that one side feels different. Just go with it. Use props as needed. Listen to your body. Inhaling, exhaling, expanding. One more breath here. Go ahead, take the top hand to your hip. Bend your front knee. Look to the floor. If you were using a block, the block comes with you. Coming forward into your half moon balance. See where you are today. Maybe you extend the top arm up. Maybe you take the gaze up. Or maybe you stay looking at the floor. Go ahead, top hand to the hip. Bend the front knee, step out into that wide-legged forward fold again. Toes to the side of the mat. Hands to the hips one more time. And leaning forward, going all the way down. Again, knees can be straight or they can be bent here. Allow the head to soften, give in to gravity. This time we're going to plant the left hand right in the center of your feet and inhale that right arm up. Exhale the right hand down. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, bring it back down. Heel toe the feet to a narrower turned out position and squat the hips down between those heels, hands to prayer. Now, you could be here just like I am. If you need another option, you could place a block or two underneath the hips. You can, if your heels are not on the ground, you can always slide a blanket under there. Just find something that's accessible to open the inner thighs. And we'll give it a few breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Gently place weight into the hands and find yourself gently into a seat. For your abs today, we'll go through a boat pose. Now I'll give you options for this. We'll do 5 lowers and lifts. You can do this with your hands off or hands on the mat. You can always grab on under the thighs. We'll lift the legs up to a tabletop height here. First option, hands could be here for this whole series. Hands could be under the thighs, or hardest option, palms going up. We're going to go ahead, inhale, lower as low as you can get, extend the legs, follow the stomach, and then exhale, bring yourself up. Always option to grab on or put those hands down. You've got 4 more. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Hold the navel down. Exhaling up. Last one. And hold this up. Find the balance. If your hands were on the floor, maybe you grab on, maybe you release. If your hands were already up, can you take the arms by the ears? Maybe extend through the legs and shine the heart forward. One more breath here. And then go ahead, lay on back, hug the knees into your chest, and sway yourself side to side. As a counter pose, we're going to go into a fish pose here. We'll give ourselves 2 to 3 breaths in this posture. Use props as you need. We're going to go ahead, lift yourself up onto the forearms, arch the back slightly, and take the palms to the sky. If you like, drop the head back as far as feels comfortable and breathe. Inhale and exhale. 1 or 2 more breaths. Gently supporting the head, coming on up and swinging the legs around. Last time, we'll take a down dog today, and this is just a prep into our hip openers here. Those toes and find one more down dog today. Just feel the back side of the body expand. Notice how the joints might feel different than they did at the beginning of practice. Go ahead from here, sweep that right leg up, pull the knee towards that wrist, and set up for half pigeon. Go ahead, elongate the torso tall, and then exhale. Relax the torso forward. Now, if this is too much of a stretch today, you could always take this onto your back, going ankle over the knee, and finding a reclining pigeon pose, even resting that foot on the floor is totally acceptable. Wherever you are, we'll stay and we'll rest, allowing your body to cool down here. Using the heat that we built in practice, and the summer heat, depending on when you're doing this practice. Allow that heat to help the muscles open. You're welcome to stay where you are. If you're looking to deepen this position today, walk your torso up. You can try bending the back leg or reaching back with that left hand. If you can, slide the foot into the crook of the elbow. If you feel good here, maybe that right arm comes up overhead and you can catch those hands if it feels available. Breathe where you are. Gently release from whatever posture you chose today. Go ahead, find yourself in all fours, or if you prefer, you can do one last down dog to set up. Left leg lifts from wherever you are. Shin bone goes forward. Knee in line with the wrist. Go ahead, square off the hips and the shoulders and lengthen your torso forward. Again, you know your options. If you prefer, you can do this in the supine position on your back, ankle over the knee, and start to just surrender into the floor. Allow the muscles to open. Notice for anything that's gripping that does not need to be tensed. Relax the muscles of the face, the chest, the belly. You're welcome to stay here, or if you're going for that deeper positioning, walk the torso up. And this can always be done with a block underneath that left hip. Bend your back leg and see if you can catch it with that right arm. Maybe the foot slides into the crook of the elbow. If you feel good here and you're balanced, maybe that left arm reaches up. Maybe you catch the hands up overhead. Gently release from wherever you are. Well, go ahead, find yourself in a butterfly bound ankle position here, soles of the feet together. Sitting up tall, maybe this is as far as you take it. Maybe you lean forward, maybe you round. Breathe where you are. Let gravity open the hips. Using the hands, lift your torso up. We'll go for a wide straddle position here, a seated wide-legged forward fold. Today I'm going to let you just have those feet relaxed, whatever feels good to you. Walking the hands out using props as needed to make this more accessible. Breathe where you are. Option to let the toes roll in and slide forward into a deeper split if that's available for your body today. Use the hands. Press yourself on up. Last seated posture. We'll close the legs out in front. Give them a little shake out. Flex the feet. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, forward fold, grabbing for the toes. Dropping the head, using props as needed. Knees can be straight or they can be bent. And breathe. Gently roll on. Find a comfortable seated posture. And before we take our Shavasana today, we'll do a cooling breath. There's two ways to do this, depending on your anatomy. If you're able to roll your tongue, the inhale is going to be through a rolled tongue. Or if you don't have that capability, you can just do it pursed lips as if you're breathing through a straw. So we'll inhale, that's going to help cool the air as it enters the body. And then we'll exhale through our nose. So you're letting out the heated air. So this is a cooling breath for our summer solstice class. Go ahead, take a big exhale out through the mouth, let it all out, and begin. Taking 2 more rounds. Letting your rhythm of your breath go back to your normal pace today. Go ahead, close the legs, and we'll settle in for Shavasana. Doing any last little positions you might need. Maybe give yourself another hug. Maybe take a moment and happy baby. And then when you're ready, find the legs and the arms long. Roll the shoulders underneath to feel yourself supported by the earth. Take a big exhale and allow yourself to surrender. As you stay here, we'll scan through the body one more time today, starting with the soles of the feet, noticing the toes, soles of the feet, tops of the feet, checking in with the ankles, the calves, shins. Noticing your knees, thighs, hips. Notice your spine. Notice the natural movement of breath in the torso. Check in with your shoulders, your arms, elbows, wrists, hands, your neck, your throat, the muscles of your face, forehead, eyes, jaw, softening between the ears, and noticing the crown of the head, top of the head, feeling breath flowing from the soles of the feet out through the top of the head. And with each exhale, give yourself permission to surrender into your mat, into the earth, and breathe. Gently start to deepen the breath. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, keeping that grounded feeling in the body. Let the head rock gently side to side. Let's yawn those arms up overhead, reaching the fingers and the toes in opposition, finding a stretch. And then with as little energy as possible, gently roll yourself to one side in a fetal position and rest on your side for a few breaths. Using the hands, find yourself to a comfortable seated posture. One last time today. Inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. On the exhale, bring them into the prayer. Feel the length of the spine. And thank yourself for making your way to your mat today. Finding gratitude for our practice, for our body, for our breath. Namaste.